All right. Hopefully we are live and we are cooking. I do see some chats rolling in. Sorry for the delay. Had a little technical difficulties on my side getting situated. So hopefully we are off and running. But welcome to this episode of the Penguins Collective Podcast. The Penguins fall to the Calgary Flames. It's going to be a long day. Calgary Flames 2-1. Rough game. We'll get into it, but first, a little housekeeping. This episode and all of our episodes are brought to you by Rogue Energy. Go to rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective. Use code TPC10 to get 10% off your order. If you weren't able to capitalize on any of their end-of-year holiday sales, now is the time to go. Use the code TPC10 to get 10% off your order. Also, this episode is brought to you by thirdassist.com. If you or anyone you know plays some outdoor hockey or enjoys just some hockey memorabilia, go check out thirdassist.com. Use the code TPC15 to get 15% off your order there. We're going to get into it. It's probably going to be a quick one. Am I back? See, this is what I mean. This was happening the entire time. It wasn't, usually it's just one time. It's been doing it like 6 or 7 times. So let's hit it while it's hot. Welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. Penguins! One more time. Penguins! It's Crosby on Kunitz and shots. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores! Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me? In on fade, the shot, he scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed. Up the middle, gets open and scores! Sid! They're a collective. And Kyoto is beating Ninamaki's brains in! What a show! All right, so hopefully, officially, welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. This has been about as good of a start as the Penguins had today. Nolan chimes in, that darn Restream update. Yes, honestly, that update, and then my MacBook also updated as well, so I think it's a combination. Not good. So tonight, today, whatever you want to say. I think it was Amber in the Discord. She wanted to start a petition to ban these mid-afternoon games. I am all for it. I don't like it. Especially if you have kids, it's very hard to watch because they want you to watch them do whatever they're doing like 18 different times in a row. So you have to watch that, but also watch the screen, and then you also just whatever is going on with life because it's mid-afternoon. So there's always something going on, and then you have to plan your day around it, which is why I am riding solo, because Louis was assuming that today's game was a night game. So he made plans and then realized, can't back out of these plans now that the game is at a 3:30. So it is a little tough. I am sorry. I have been trying to get Louis to adjust that. The sound in the intro, it is kind of a it's kind of a jump scare, as you would. And I do apologize if it wakes up your baby. I do apologize about that. I know what that struggle is like, having kids of my own. But tough game. Okay, we're gonna get into it now. 2-1 is the final score. The only goal scorer for the Penguins was Igor Chinakhov, which I don't think we brought it up in the past stream, but a few days ago, it was brought up that the Columbus Blue Jackets just refused to correct his name. They had it YEGOR, and his name is actually just EGOR, and they just refused to change it for him for 4 years. Strange. But Penguins took care of it. Igor Chinnikov got his goal. It looked good tonight. Got rocked. Came across the attacking zone between the circles, and got to keep your head up. Keep your head up. That was brutal. So he got rocked, but he made up for it later. Got a goal, and then Malkin rocked their guy. It was a very physical, aggressive, just kind of like a gritty game. And it's against the Calgary Flames, and that just makes no sense to me, because you would think, Columbus, Philadelphia, maybe even tomorrow's game, Boston, it's going to be it was going to be a little bit that those types of games are going to be the way that today's played out. But in reality, Flames came out, they played aggressive, they played fast, they played assertive. Their decision making was just crisp. There was no second guessing. Like, everything was just perfect for them. And it made me angry, because it's like, we were talking about it last stream. They're struggling. Calgary Flames are struggling coming into this 4-game losing streak, only averaging 1 to 2 goals a game. In like the last, like, I forget what the amount was, but they haven't had more than 2 goals in like a month. And then we come out 6-game winning streak, averaging almost 5 goals a game, and we fall flat. I don't know if it was just us taking them for granted and not playing up to our capabilities. That's what option 1. Option 2, did we just play down to our competition and they just straight out beat us? And option 3, I don't remember if I was doing letters or numbers. Were we saving our legs for Boston tomorrow? I don't know. A part of me feels like it's a combination of 2 and 3. I know that Calgary beat us. Okay, straight up, they beat us. Horrible turnover by Shea, St. Ivany. One of the two that led to that breakaway, and that led to the goal. For Shilov's breakaway shootout, it was going to be sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. It was going to be a goal. Okay, that's just Shilov's. But the turnover shouldn't have happened. So Shea, St. Ivany, whoever it was, shouldn't have happened. Bad turnover. See in the chat also indicated as a lot of bad turnovers. Yes, or all game, bad turnovers. Thank you, Andy. It was Shea who made that bad read. So Shea makes that bad read, and then it was just uphill from there all game. I just felt like everything we tried to do was forced. We were forcing the exit out of our zone, forcing the entry into their zone, forcing passes to get ourselves set up, forcing shots where there really was no shooting lane. It just was so tough to watch this game, to be honest. It was not enjoyable, very frustrating. Thought about taking the hat off multiple times. I did take the hat off in the second period because I was so upset about it, which it's back on because I thought it would get a rally going into third, and I have horrible hat hair, so that's why it's staying on for the stream, but it'll come off after. I don't know if I should bring the cap back after tonight. This was a tough game. The fact that it wasn't even Wolf as their goalie and it was Cooley, we got beat. I'm not a big fan of how things shook out today. Now, could have been, is Russ the linchpin as well? Because, without Russ on that opening line, we had to play Kevin Hayes, and Kevin Hayes is a tough watch. Let's just put it that way. Is a tough watch. But I just didn't want the streak to end. I didn't want the way that they were playing, the competitiveness that they were playing with, the energy that they had to stop. And it felt like it did before the game even started. It was annoying how they started the game. I just did not like the energy, and I thought they would bounce back, and there would be like little spurts in that first. I don't know if anyone noticed. There was like just like 1 to 2 minutes of a nice little play, and then that would be it. Couldn't keep anything going. Couldn't keep energy going. Calgary was able to bury it super quick and just move on and then counterattack essentially. So that was tough. That was a tough game, but yeah, I would say that it's a combination of playing down to our competition today as well as saving our legs for tomorrow. Because Ethan put it in the chat that Boston put the belt to the Rangers. I think it was 10-1. I think they said on the broadcast, but with Cooley with Getzy, but 100% Nolan. The streak ending was always going to hurt. Absolutely. The way that it happened today just like actually sucks, because like if they lost, I don't even know. And I think to Calgary, like if they won today and lost tomorrow, I'd be fine with it. No matter the result tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, it's Boston. Like they're going to be a good team. I don't know if they're quote unquote a good team right now. 10-2. Yikes. But I was going to be cool with it. But today, to the Flames, after, only playing a couple days ago, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I don't know how I want to transition into this. The thing I think that I don't want to talk about, but I feel like needs to be talked about. I don't like blaming a certain group of individuals on an outcome of a game, because you should be able to overcome, persevere, whatever word you want to use, block out the noise, whatever you want to say. But the refs, dear God, this was probably worse than was it the Flyers game, where that guy like practically called everything on us. Like we had so many penalties. But it was the Detroit Red Wings game on ESPN. Yeah. We had like every penalty known to man. But this one, oh my gosh, we're just going to go right to the goaltender interference call, because that was a goal. And I know Sid was involved in the goaltender interference, so this quote is a little bit, biased, and I get it. Okay? I get it. But he 100% sold it. 1,000%. Both of them sold it. If you watch it, like they showed it like 3 or 4 times. I think only 3 times. But the guy who checks Crosby into their goaltender also kind of does at the end, like a jerk back. Like Crosby's the one who used him as a springboard into Cooley. And it's like, that's why I think they didn't challenge it, because yes, we can see the defender's hands fully extend and push Crosby into him, but I feel like there's like that over like exaggeration back, and it was very good selling on both sides. The goaltender absolutely taking himself completely out of the play by falling on his back like he just slipped on a banana peel. Doing that, and then the defender also kind of playing into it as if Crosby checked him. It was going to be tough to overturn. Very tough to overturn. And then I'd be curious to know, like, the percentages. I don't know who you find to look this up. It would be some sort of, data analyst and, some sort of software program. because once the call is made, no goal, goaltender interference, how many of those are overturned to good goal as opposed to other way around? You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that goal, if it was reversed, if they called it a goal and then Calgary challenges it, how do you then reverse that? Because same thought process and mentality, you see the defender fully extend into Crosby, where Crosby then goes into the goaltender. So I'd be interested to see the percentages. I don't think anyone's going to find it. No idea. It'll have to come through like ESPN, NHL Network, one of the TSN, one of those networks will have to like actually do the work, find the percentages, and then publish it, because that's where I think the non-challenge from Dan Muse took place, is the fact that it was already immediately waved off and called on the ice no goal due to goaltender interference. So then he would have to have enough evidence in the video to overturn that, which I think is just 1,000 times harder than having good goal to change it into goaltender interference. TD 30-30-30, sweet handle. Don't think you win a challenge since Sid was already very deep in the crease. Great point too. He was very deep. Cooley was playing very deep in the net as well, because the puck was in the corner. So I wonder if that does play a factor into it, like his possession and his position in the crease. Like, granted, they can skate through there as long as they don't touch with the goalie. So I mean, technically he can dance on the goal line if he really wanted to, but he'd be fine if he didn't touch the goalie. So I that's an interesting take to see how it would have played out. But yeah, he was very deep. But it's just hard because this is where I'm going with this. You call that no goal super quick. I get it because of the embellishment, because of the goalie on the ground and all of that. I get it. But then 30 seconds later, you call a hold, a hooking, whatever, pick your poison, against Calgary. Great. Good call. We got a makeup call, one of those I'll get you back type things with the refs that the NHL refs do, which I appreciate. I'll say it. I like when they do that. Some of it is spoken, some of it's unspoken, but either way, you just know it's a makeup call. I kind of thought that's what it was, and then he comes over and says it's matching penalties, embellishment on 16 Justin Brazeau. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And they showed the replay. It's like the guy, Justin, already took like two strides, and he's still being hooked, held, whatever, and then falls backwards. Okay, he gets embellishment, but the goaltender for goaltender interference doesn't get embellishment. Got it. Okay, I see how this game is playing out. Now, granted, we're already late in the third. Nothing's going to really change at this point. But I just thought that was ridiculous because it could have easily brought the momentum back to us, could have brought the game even on a power play, and then we'd be playing a different game from there on out. I just felt like the refs were being super nitpicky. You can go all the way back to the beginning in terms of how they were calling icing. Just very quick whistle with that. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I think Josh actually mentioned it on the broadcast that it was a very quick like icing calls. Like there was no race. It was literally just, it's down there. Yep. Icing. Just not allowing for the race at all. Just some other very questionable things. How in the world did you find this? Wow, Nolan. Very nice. Is this ChatGPT? Did it go through? Okay. So 24-25 season. Out of 89 coaches' challenges for goaltender interference, 53 were overturned. 60% success rate, meaning that it was overturned. Okay, this includes cases where the on-ice call was a goal or no goal. Oh, okay. On-ice call was a goal overturned to no goal, or no goal overturned to goal. Though the latter is a rarer of about 31% success on initial no-goal challenge. Oh, interesting. No-goal challenges. So it is less, because latter is rarer. So that would be on. Oh, no. So that would be the on-ice call was a goal overturned to no goal. So it's harder to challenge it from goal to take the goal away. Okay, interesting. I thank you very much, Grok and Nolan, for pulling that up. And that's based off of last season, 24-25, up until about February. So 2/3 of the season, essentially, of last year. 89 challenges. Okay, 53 overturned. Very interesting. Yes. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you, AI. How about AI? Putting into work right there for our benefit. IR3K, welcome to the chat. Is it time to reunite Mantha, Gino, and Brazeau? Yeah, I'd say so. Just yeah. You know what? Yes. Just plain and simple, yes. Because we brought Malkin back on Thursday. We talked about it. We thought that we would, as soon as Malkin comes back, he would just fill in Novak's spot on that second line and retake over the big man monster line, whatever, this Mantha, Malkin, and Brazeau line. But he brought those two wingers, Mantha and Brazeau, down and brought Kindle up to play center with Malkin and Chinakhov on the wings. Little iffy, but exciting that, Chinakhov gets to play with his childhood hero and Malkin, fellow Russian, and Kindle gets second line minutes. Awesome. But I don't think it's working. I mean, granted, they scored today, Gino and Chinakhov. But I hate to be that guy, but I think Kindle could have made that play to Chinakhov on the third line. Now, granted, who's the other winger or center that's going to play the third line? Do you keep Kevin Hayes down there? Because when we were initially talking about this, Rust was healthy. So Novak would be that guy on the third line who'd play wing/center. Kindle is tearing it up on the faceoff circle. So you keep Kindle at center, put Novak at wing. But now with Rust out, I'm talking myself out of this, IR3K. I think you got to leave it as is. So then that way you still kind of have a big boy line with Mantha, Kevin Hayes, and Brazeau. Don't like the idea of it, but you still get that big body mentality because of Kevin Hayes. And then you keep Novak on the first line, and then we keep Gino, Kindle, and Chinakhov on the second line. I think you do that until Russ stays healthy. I think you do that. I saw that they called up the guy from Wilkes-Barre who's been playing really well all season. So I do like that he got rewarded. I don't think that was a jab at Ville Koivunen. I think that was literally just calling up the next guy who should be rewarded. And I think that's the guy that it was like a reward type thing, not a punishment or we're going to make the lineup better. I think it was literally just a body. So I think if it's long term, I think he gets sent back down and Koivunen comes back up. But I think it's just temporary. I think Rust may be back tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see. There a whole bunch came in through here. Oh, love you, boys. Apparently, my children are watching. We'll keep the language PG, which we always do. There has to be anybody better than Hayes. I don't know who. I don't know who, but with Rust out, I don't see how you improve the lines from today. Agreed. And, Zach, I talked myself back into it because of how it worked today. It did work. Gino found Chinakhov. Well, I guess Chinakhov found Gino, and Gino then fed it back to Chinakhov. And so it's perfect. Don't want to throw Gino back at center due to the shoulder injury. Yeah, I mean, kind of ease him into it, I guess. Sure, I could see that argument. I'm not gonna rush back a 38, 39-year-old into the face-off circle with a bum shoulder. That is 100% correct. Andy, what you got here? J. Crew Chinos. Oh, is that Chinakhov? Looks great, but I don't think that has a lot to do with Gino, unfortunately. I think I agree with you. That's why initially when Malkin was coming back, I didn't think putting them together would work. I didn't think that was a thought, first of all, and didn't think it would work, second of all. So I thought that the big boy line would stay the same, as mentioned earlier, and then, Novak would fill that third line with Kindle and Chinakhov. So, yeah, I agree, though. He does look great. They found each other today. Not saying that's because of anything that Gino did special that no one else could have done. It was a good pass, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that probably about every forward that we have can make that pass. So, no disrespect on Gino whatsoever. Just truly believe that it was kind of just like a saucer pass right back, and then Chinakhov was able to bury it with that rifle of a shot that he has. That's awesome that we have that weapon now. That is sweet. We just need to get it going. Ricky, welcome to the chat, dude. Bad turnover by Tanger 58 at the end, too. Quite a few bad turnovers by Tanger throughout the game. Tanger did not... He was back to being Chris Letang today. And by that, I mean, 40-year-old Chris Letang, who is... I don't want to be mean. Who is skating his way into an early retirement? I don't see it anymore, and I hate it. I was talking with Ben. Ben and I and our sons were hanging out on Wednesday. Went to Dave & Buster's, shout out. And we're talking about Chris Letang. See? We talk hockey outside of this as well, believe it or not. And it's just, I was telling Ben, because Ben is kind of a newer hockey fan, that Chris Letang was, when he was at his prime, a top 10 defenseman in the league. And he was a mainstay there for like 10, 15 years. But these last couple of years have been very tough. Very tough. I don't know what we do with him. I didn't like his game today. Didn't feel like he was defending all that well. And every shot just fell flat, fell slow, and just off target. And that was the Letang that we literally saw just, right before the streak, right before the holiday break. I don't know if it was the holiday break. He got, rejuvenized, and he was playing halfway decent, better I should just say he was playing better than what he was during this 6-game streak. And then today he reverted back to his old self. I don't know. I don't know what we do with him. Zach is saying, I wouldn't even say early retirement. Are you meaning that like he should already be retired? Like that, like it's not an early retirement? I'm saying early retirement because he still got term on his contract. So like technically, like probably in his mind, he's not thinking about retirement until the end of it. So maybe just an early contract termination retirement, if you will, for him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna move so I don't get myself in trouble and say things that I have to hold myself accountable for later in the season, just in case if Chris Letang bounces back. That's where we're going. Okay, so we're moving on to Shane's comment. Missing some speed though. No McGroarty, Koivunen, or Rust. It did kind of show a bit. I don't know if I'd put McGroarty in there when we're talking speed, but Koivunen and Rust, I understand where you're coming from. Especially on that first line with Crosby and Raquel. Now, Crosby and Raquel can skate. Don't get me wrong. I'd probably put McGroarty with Rust and McGroarty with Raquel and Crosby in terms of speed. But like Rust, I think is a little bit faster. I think he's a little bit faster. So that top line needed that speed. So we're missing it with him. Koivunen, yes, he probably brought some speed to that third line, but I wouldn't be sleeping on Chinakov's speed for that third line. Well, I guess now we're talking technically for second line. So for that second line, Chinakov's the guy. Then I think obviously then it's Kindle, then Malkin. But I think each line has a little bit of speed. Hold on. The big boy line. As long as Kevin Hayes is there, that's not going to be a fast line with Mantha and Brazeau, because that was already a slow line. I shouldn't say slow line, slower line when Malkin was centering it. So now Kevin Hayes is slower than Malkin. That line just got slower. So they're just going to be relying on their big bodies, putting in the work down low and grinding things out, which kind of stinks because by getting those third line minutes, they're not going to, I don't think we're going to see the same type of production that we saw out of Brazeau and Mantha as we did in the beginning of the year. But granted, that production has been going down ever since they came back off of their injuries. So is what it is. I think we're just, I understand what you're saying, your point, Shane, with the speed, but I think as a team, we need to play faster. I just don't think we even played. I don't even think we played like upbeat, up pace. There was no pace to our game today. It felt really bad. So I think we just need to play faster. And I think you'll see kind of some other speed pop out, especially from Chinakhov. Not going to dismiss Lizotte in his speed at all. I'm sure that's not what you're referencing at all. Louis not here, but we got Lizzo's his boy. He'll tell you that he's probably the fastest on the team right now, which probably not far fetched at all. Zach, I don't think you can really break up Chinakhov and Kindle. Kindle has been almost regular producing at 5v5 now. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. You keep those two together. I think we just got to figure out something else, how we do that. I don't know. And I think that's where Dan Muse is at, which is, it stinks because it works very well when we have everyone healthy. But right now we have some injuries, which I guess I was living in a fairy world, imagining that everyone is healthy. This forward lines are going to be sick, and it's just going to be 4 lines deep of just offensive scoring. But I was wrong. We're going to have injuries. We're always going to have injuries. So we need to plan accordingly. And right now, I don't know if we have that. I do see Ethan saying can't hurt to try RHP over Hayes. Want to give him a shot? Let's give him a shot. That's fine with me. But like I said, I think it was kind of just rewarding him for what he's done in the Wilkes-Barre this year. He's been playing really well, so don't hate that he got the call up. Oh, Ricky, just sub. Good hockey talk. Appreciate it. I really appreciate that. And thanks for commenting. I'm riding solo today. Usually we go live, as usual, we go live after every game. I'm usually with my brother. So he would be on this side over here. Not like in person, split screen. He's located in Pittsburgh. I'm not. So he's usually over there. And we do this every after every game. So appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. Shane, you don't want me in Discord at games like this. Yeah. No, it gets tough. It gets tough. But tomorrow we're going to talk briefly about tomorrow's game, and then I will wrap it up. I said it was going to be short, and it's been 40 minutes. But appreciate all you stopping in, dropping a comment, getting involved in the chat. Much appreciated. But with tomorrow, we're playing Boston in Boston. Boston just coming off a 10-2 victory in Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. That's I think was it Nolan or Shane who said it about Boston getting all of their scoring out. Oh yeah, it was Nolan. Hopefully Boston got all their goals out of their system today. Yeah. 10 goals. Hopefully they got it out of their system. Hopefully Skinner will bring his A game that he's been able to play with the last 3 of his starts. He's got all wins, like two goals against. It's just he's playing fantastic. So if he can bring that tomorrow to the TD Garden against Boston Bruins, that would be huge. We need a bounce back win after this. We needed a win today. Can't be losing these games to this type of competition. So now tomorrow is that much more important against Boston. Okay, you can say Calgary was it didn't matter anyway because it's a West Coast team, Western Conference team. Doesn't matter. It's a bottom third of the NHL team. You need to beat those teams. Get those 2 points. Those are the 2 points that you pocket later in the season when you're grinding after the Olympic break, when we're playing every other game back to back all the way through the month of March and into April. You have to pocket these. These are the points that you need. And it's a point that I should have emphasized sooner, that we did miss 2 points here. That's huge. Like, don't let that be missed here. All right. On the way out, this is what I'm going to end with. These were 2 huge points that we missed out. I do wish we were able to get this win so that tomorrow make it a little bit lighter. We don't have as much pressure. Maybe we don't now. Maybe because the streak is over, we can play a little more freely, knowing that, hey, we'll start a new streak. But 2 huge points lost today because there's other teams that are in our division that are not slowing down. Islanders are not slowing down. Flyers are not slowing down. Once Carolina and New Jersey finds their games back, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. There's going to be I'm not going to count the Rangers because the Rangers are struggling. But it could be all 5-6 teams, fighting for a position in the playoffs. So I'm going to leave it on that. I'm going to leave it there that we gotta bounce back, get these 2 points back into our pocket and start building up a cushion, because everything is way too close for comfort. So we need to get these points and start separating ourselves in the Eastern Conference as well as the Metropolitan Division. IR3K is putting a prediction here. And if you guys want to do, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry about that. If you guys want to throw in a prediction, I'll do it. I'll do one. IR3K is going Penguins win 4-2, bank it. Now, just a quick one. Have a good night, Catholic. Thanks for joining us all the way in the UK. Appreciate you. Again, sorry about your child, us waking them up. 4-2. IR3K. Is that a straight up 4-2, or is it we're winning 3-2, they pulled the goalie and then we scored, making it 4-2? That's just my only question. But I am going to go with We're a Penguins podcast, right? We're a Penguins podcast. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have some faith. We're going to win, bounce back 3-2. I'm going to say 3-2. Armand is joining me saying 3-2. Oh, but he's going overtime. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go 3-2 in regulation. Armand is going 3-2 in overtime. We got all Penguins winning so far. Nolan is saying 3-1. Oh, and nice. I like the breakdown. Third is an empty net goal, so technically 2-1 going late into the third. Skinner stays hot. Love it. Nolan, also appreciate the props on the solo stream. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Also putting some private stuff here. Let me know how I can pay you for later this month. Just text me, Venmo, whatever you need. I'll shoot it over. There we go. I knew there was going to be someone. I think they dropped tomorrow's game. I almost did it, Zach. I almost did it. But it's a Penguins podcast, man. Let's have some faith. Have some faith. Let's do this. 3-2 Boston. Okay. I just flipped it. I did 3-2 Pens instead of 3-2 Boston. So we were thinking the same thing, but I just flipped it because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Ethan is saying 5-3 Pens. Nice. I like it. I would absolutely love that. Shane. Oh, sorry, Ethan. I love this one even more. Skinner MVP tomorrow. 3-0. I like it very much. Tommy Boy, thank you for dropping your chat. Welcome in. Oh, I think I did see you stop in earlier. I apologize I didn't throw up your chat. But for 2 Pens, Skinner has a game. 40-plus saves. Nice. Yeah. Crosby's going to guilt them all into a win tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I thought you were logging off. But it also could have been from me saying that I was ending it. So I apologize if that was on me. Ethan, Josh, we got to figure. Oh, yes, we do. Yes. It's February 21st, though, right? I should be good. I should be able to be there. Let me know if you got your tickets so that I can get the like a seat super close to you, if not right next to you. All right. You can put that in Discord, message me, and we'll coordinate everything else from there. But I think that's going to do it, guys. I like the fact that except Zach. And Zach, if you're right, please blow up the chat tomorrow, okay? Please. But that should do it. Louis should be back tomorrow as well. Join us. I believe tomorrow's game is at 5 o'clock. It's a 5 o'clock start. So we'll be going live right after, somewhere around 7:30, depending on how quickly the game goes. But thank you so much for joining me today. I can't thank you guys enough for getting involved in the chat, just dropping in, just saying a few things. It's much appreciated. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Sorry. I'm bad at these outros because I got to do the whole thing by myself. Make sure that you're following us on all social media so you get the notification when we go live after the game, after the final horn. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video. All of it is much appreciated. Don't forget to go to rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective. Use code TPC10. And then also thirdassist.com, use code TPC15. I think that will do it for this one. Again, the Pens fall to the Calgary Flames 2-1. We'll see y'all tomorrow against the Boston Bruins. And as always, let's go Pens.
Penguins!